Inshallah and Ashe, trying to hook up my phone here, but either way, welcome to another fantastic Friday, my magical beings and expressive souls. If you don't know me, my name is Tonya D, and if you're joining me here today live, let me know where you are tuning in from, and as always, of course, tell me your natal moon sign in the comments, because today we're continuing our Cancer season moon medicine. Every Friday, we weave together astrology, the BaZi, which is the elemental foundation of the 4 pillars, which I use for my Cowry Shell divinations when I prescribe rituals, if you don't know. It's also the ancient Chinese 5-element system. Within the Cowry Shell divinations, I combine the two to help us remember something many of us seem to have forgotten, that life isn't happening for us, it's speaking through us. Whether it's every moon, every season, every challenge, even every synchronicity is leaving clues. So here we don't simply predict the future, we remember the patterns that reveal our purpose. So of course, grab a bevy, take a breath, grab a journal, and let's see what the universe is reflecting for this weekend into the next week. If you don't know, the moon today has entered into Taurus. Let me do the long scroll here on this fantastic Friday. And I believe you're Taurus. There you are. There we are. The moon has actually entered Taurus. This is about slowing down. It's also a nervous system reboot. It's connected to the Earth star, the energetic center below our feet. So it's always wise to tune into Gaia, especially if you want to manifest, bring what matters into matter, basically. But it's also embodiment, it's beauty, stability, it's taste even, and it's also receiving. So before we look at the collective weather, I want to look at this Taurus moon, what it means for you specifically for those born with the natal moon in Taurus. So we'll dive into that, and when we come back, we're going to dive into both our new month pillar that we're in and also the new moon in Cancer, arriving on the 14th. So get prepared if you're new here, and after the Taurus Natal Moon Medicine, I'll see you on the other side shortly. Welcome to Cancer Season Moon Medicine, emotional water, sacred safety, and remembering the soul. We enter the season of Cancer, when the sun is in Cancer, between July 22nd, 2026. And Cancer season this year arrives like a sacred tide, returning us home to ourselves. Ruled by the moon, Cancer governs emotional intelligence, intuition, ancestral memoirs, nourishment, safety, and the unseen waters moving beneath the surface of our lives. This is the season where feelings become messengers and the soul asks for deeper care, connection, and restoration. This year, Cancer season begins with the moon, Cancer's ruler, at 23 degrees Virgo, while Mercury also sitting at 23 degrees Cancer, and Jupiter is expanding us still in those sacred waters at 28 degrees Cancer. The emotional body is speaking through the nervous system. Virgo brings awareness to the body, the routines, the sacred details, and the places where emotional overwhelm may be stored physically. Mercury in Cancer turns communication inward and intuitive, making memories, dreams, conversations, even emotional truths especially significant. And with Jupiter exalted in Cancer, at 28 degrees, the waters are swelling. Emotions are amplified, our intuition deepens, and healing escalates. It's expanding outside of us to the inside. So this is a season of emotional nourishment, self-restoration, family healing, sacred remembering, and learning how to feel safe enough to receive. This year, 2026 Cancer season is asking, what does true emotional safety feel like for you? And can you soften enough to let yourself receive what you've been praying for? Welcome, beautiful souls, to Cancer season. We are entering the waters now. This is the season of emotional intelligence, sacred nourishment, ancestral memoirs, of course, our intuition, and learning how to return home to ourselves. Cancer season begins with the moon in Virgo, meaning the emotional body is seeking healing through the nervous system, through the body, through rest, ritual, of course, and recalibration. Mercury in Cancer is bringing those messages through emotion, dreams, memoirs, and conversations that touch the heart. Jupiter, exalted in Cancer, is literally, it's expanding, but it's also percolating everything connected to emotional healing. The family, of course, our emotional foundation, belonging, safety, intuition, and that soul nourishment. So this is not a season meant for rushing. This is a season meant for feeling, for softening that outer shell, but also for listening to the wisdom moving beneath the surface. So let's dive into the moon medicine for each natal moon sign during Cancer season. If your natal moon is in Taurus, receiving emotional nourishment. Cancer season feels deeply supportive for Taurus moons. Your emotional body craves beauty, comfort, safety, affection, grounded connection. This season helps restore emotional trust and inner peace. Jupiter in Cancer is making you more aware, I want to say, of communication, creativity, and those heartfelt connections. While Mercury in Cancer is helping you express feelings more vulnerably than usual. Your moon medicine, cook nourishing meals slowly and intentionally. Food becomes sacred emotional medicine for you. Your moon mantra, I am worthy of deep nourishment and love. Feel into the love signal. As we move through Cancer season, remember, your emotions are not interruptions. They are intelligence. They are guidance. They are sacred waters carrying messages from the soul. This season invites you to soften enough to hear yourself again, to nourish the nervous system, to create safety within, to remember that healing is not always loud. Sometimes healing looks like rest, like tears, like boundaries, like letting yourself finally receive. Jupiter in Cancer is reminding us that emotional expansion is possible, vibrational. Mercury in Cancer reminds us that the heart has a language all its own. And the moon, she reminds us that life moves in cycles. So honor your tides, honor your softness, honor your sacred becoming, because this season, the soul is learning how to feel safe enough to bloom. Whew. Ashe, blessings, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. That was super fun to watch. This is all about remembering the earth this whole month. So we're going to step out of the stars and kind of place our feet in the terra firma, the earth, firmly into the earth, Gaia. So the elementals, the BaZi is what it's called, the elemental weathercast here, reminds us that while astrology shows us the heavens, the five elements show us the season we're living through. And July 6th, we officially entered what's called the Yin Wood Goat Month. This is the energy of that specific chart. It happened at around 7:13, 15, quarter after p.m. Mountain Time in my village. But the year, Yang Fire Horse, and the month, Yin Wood Goat, and the day, the Yin Metal Snake, and the hour, the Yin Fire Rooster. This sets the foundation of the month. And I coined it from achievement to alignment. So the horse month, last month, wanted movement. The horse wants to move. But the goat this month is asking, like, why are we even climbing this mountain? What's the purpose? Not how fast can we climb. We're going to go through the elemental breakdown of the month. Yin wood is like a meadow. Unlike yang wood, which is the mighty oak, yin wood is the vines, it's the flowers, it's the meadow, it's the herbs, it's the grass, climbing roses. And it doesn't force, it finds openings. It adapts. So this month rewards flexibility over force. So if the horse month was, I'll make it happen, the goat month becomes, I'll allow the right path to reveal itself. And the energy of the goat is one of the most misunderstood earth branches, whether it's in your year, your month, your hour, or your day. People think soft, they think gentle, or maybe they feel it's gentle, quiet. But spiritually, the goat is the keeper of hidden treasure. So inside the goat, there are hidden stems, hidden energies of yin fire, yin wood, and yin earth. So this is fertile soil. The seed disappears before it becomes a forest. So this month asks us to trust what is happening beneath the surface. Relationships to the fire horse year, this gets pretty interesting because the horse is blazing fire and the goat carries hidden fire. And together they're actually, they create harmony. The horse, the goat, and the snake actually are a fire direction. So that makes it even more enhanced. They're neighboring branches in a way, the horse and the goat. They literally sit in the south and the southwest. I had to think where I'm sitting here. But this softens some of the intensity we've been experiencing since the fire horse year began. So instead of burning, we begin cultivating. Instead of proving, we begin becoming. We're becoming. And that yin metal day, the energy with the snake, the day master being yin metal, which is jewelry, a sacred blade, a ritual knife, if you will. Precious metals become beautiful through refinement. That's the fire. Now ask, what needs polishing, not fixing? Refining, like where can you become more elegant instead of working harder? And the hour, the yin fire rooster, I love this. I just want to say out loud. Yin fire is candlelight, and the rooster is precision. It's discernment, truth. So this hour says, or it's speaking to, it's invoking, that not every opportunity deserves your energy. So choose carefully and even choose wisely, speak intentionally, and protect your light. So within the 5 elements, there's a story, an underlying elemental current. Wood feeds the energies of fire, which is awesome, which creates the earth in the flow, which then produces metal. So it's almost a complete generating cycle. The only element that's truly missing is water. There's no water in this chart. Missing water. So this is huge. Without water, things can become overheated, emotionally reactive, dry, burned out, mentally exhausted. So water this month represents reflection, rest, intuition, listening, dreaming, even meditation, but also flow. So some beautiful practices for this month would obviously drink more water, moon rituals, time near rivers, oceans, salt baths, and rest before reacting. Sound healing, even meditation, I believe I already said, dream journaling, receiving instead of chasing, and even spirituality. So this month feels like a sacred garden. The seeds planted during the horse month, they're beginning to root. But because they're underground, many people will think nothing is happening because it's below the surface. So don't dig up your seeds looking for proof. The shadow, goat energy can become overthinking, comparison, perfectionism, people pleasing, creative paralysis, or even like waiting until everything feels ready. Just remember, nature never asked permission to bloom. Opportunity this month supports healing, teaching, writing, creating, design, beauty, aesthetics, community, spiritual practices, mentorship, if you're looking for a mentor, but also nurturing businesses or even women-led businesses with some artistic expression. So a collective message for this month would be like, stop trying to become someone impressive, become someone deeply rooted. So the roots determine the harvest, not the applause. So some reflecting questions. I always love giving some reflection prompts to like sit with. So ask yourself, what dream have you been quietly nurturing? And sit with that. Or where are you forcing instead of flowing? What part of your life is asking to be cultivated? Vines need cultivation instead of conquered. So if your soul were to garden, what wants to bloom next? The energy of the horse month, which was a lot of fire, that taught us courage, where the goat month is teaching us the cultivation. So one ignites the fire, the other tends to it. So this is a month to remember that your purpose isn't built in a single leap. It is grown season by season, rooted in what you consistently nourish. So it's a message of like, plant the seed and protect the flame. Remember the earth as well. And just when we begin cultivating these seeds, that's when we arrive with the Cancer new moon. The elemental weather is going to be continuing, but more like the sacred weather. So we're going to be breaking down the new moon in Cancer as well. So if you haven't yet, go grab a bevy, and I'm going to change the little scene here. Or maybe not. There we go. Swap it out. There we are. So just be prepared for an aha moment. So this new moon isn't just a Cancer new moon. Through the lens of the elementals, it becomes a beautiful marriage of nurturing, which is Cancer, and purposeful action, fire. We don't have a fire trine. Well, we kind of do, actually. We've got the tiger, the horse, and the goat. So the tiger is like the birth of fire, and the horse is the main element of fire. And then the dog actually competes the trine, but let's unpack this one. I was getting sideswiped because the month itself started with a fire direction with the snake at the hour. So back to the new moon, July 14th, 2026, 3:43 a.m. Of course, check your timeline. I am a thought surfer. But this is the plant the seed and protect the flame kind of energy. The year and the month are the same in a way. So we've got this yin earth ox day and the hour of the yang fire tiger. So Cancer is asking, what nourishes your soul? And the elementals are asking, like, what are you willing to build from it? We've got this yin earth day master. And unlike a mountain, yin earth is the garden soil. It's also clay. It's the rich earth, the place where life begins. And yin earth doesn't need attention. It quietly supports everything else. So this new moon reminds us not all important work is actually visible. Some of the most transformational things are literally happening beneath the surface, just like seeds, just like healing, just like trust. And then the month, the Yin Wood Goat Month, Now place that fertile soil inside a month of yin wood. So this is literally seeds, yin wood, inside fertile earth. Nature couldn't create a better metaphor for a new moon, just saying. So this isn't manifestation through force. It's manifestation through cultivation. And the Yang Fire Horse year, this fire horse has spent this entire year saying or telling us to move, to leap, to create, to risk. Now, the new moon is saying, slow down just enough to plant what your courage has uncovered. The Yang Fire Tiger Hour. So, this is where things get even more exciting. So, the tiger contains yang wood, yang fire, yang earth. The tiger is dawn, new beginnings, vision, leadership, ideas. It carries enormous momentum. So this is the beautiful part. I noticed it almost immediately, but the tiger, the horse, and although the goat is not part of the classic fire trine, it does still play that important supporting role because it's yin wood feeding the fire, but it also contains hidden fire, yin fire. So the classical fire trine is the tiger, the horse, and the dog. And since we do have a tiger and the horse is strongly activated, this chart leans heavily towards fire energy, even without the dog completing this fire trine. So this chart strongly amplifies the fire current. The tiger and the horse are already speaking the language of inspiration, vision, courage, while the goat is quietly supplying more fuel through the hidden fire and more wood. And fire represents, in the elementals, the BaZi, fire is visibility, it's charisma, it's also purpose, it's joy, the joy molecules, it's even passion, recognition, certification, it's also spirit, it's the heart, it's our visions, our dreams, illumination. So this new moon says, stop hiding, but notice. The day master is earth. Fire feeds earth. What does that mean? Your inspiration has to become something tangible. So this is not a month to simply have ideas. It's time to build, create the course, write the book, launch the offer, start the practice, whatever that is. The missing element here, once again, what are we missing? Water. So you want to work with the element of water, and knowing that Cancer is also a water sign. I mean, the ox does have some hidden yin water, but it's very minute, but it's still active, not going to dissipate it. But again, Cancer is a water sign. So the BaZi chart itself being relatively light on water. So I really love this paradox as well. So astrologically, Cancer says, or it's invoking, like feel, nurture, receive. And the elementals are saying, don't just feel it, create something from it. And the water isn't absent because emotion doesn't matter. It's absent because the invitation is to channel emotion into an action instead of remaining in it. The shadow. So just so you know, there's always a complementary side, right? So when I say shadow, it's the opposing forces. So the opposing side here is like too much fire can become burnout. It could become impatient, needing validation, overcommitting, spiritual urgency, or even trying to make everything happen immediately. And the medicine would be for the yin earth ox is reminding us to move like a farmer, not like a gambler. Farmers ultimately are trusting the seasons. Gamblers chase those outcomes. So as a collective reflection with the elementals, you really want to ask yourself, like, what seed deserves your patience? That's cultivation. Or what dream needs roots before it needs applause? It literally is bringing matter into what matters. Or even ask yourself, like, where are you trying to harvest something you've never planted? or even what part of your life is ready to become real, like in reality. For me, this new moon feels like a mirror. Something is brewing. However, the Yin Wood Goat, that the message just for the energy is discovering the pattern, nurturing the seed, and following those subtle clues. And the Yin Earth Ox is giving those insights structure, consistency, and even a stable foundation. And then when I look at the year, the Yang Fire Horse plus the Yang Fire Tiger, having the courage to let your purpose become visible out into the world. So this is even, it's remarkably aligned, the sequence, with the transformation I've been guiding people through. So it's about noticing the patterns, cultivating your roots, then embody your purpose. So this Cancer new moon is reminding us that our greatest manifestations don't begin with certainty. They begin with care. So like a seed in fertile soil, purpose grows through what we consistently nourish. And the fire in this chart doesn't ask you to burn yourself out. It's asking you to become the lantern or the candle. So just reflecting on what seeds you are planting or what flame deserves protecting. And also, where is Spirit asking you to become visible? Pay attention to the subtle signs. I've been playing with the elementals. I sleep outside under the comforts of the sky. The sky and the clouds are my comforter. But really allow and just let your heart illuminate the next step. And trust what is taking root beneath the surface. And remember that every mighty oak, yang wood, was once an unseen seed held by the earth. It's that kind of current. So if you haven't, we've listened to the moon, the Taurus moon, the moon medicine for Taurus natal moons. I've chatted about the 5 elements. Now we want to ask the ancestors. So if you're new here, at the end of my show, I have a little moment or a pause. And at the end of the show, I always do a mini Cowry Shell divinations, meaning mini divinations, little short times. I usually dive in. All you have to do is comment the year and the hour of your birth, and I'll move my shells on your behalf and invoke and see what comes through. So for those of you tuning in, that's the next part of our show. Be sure to comment your natal moon sign, and if you know your elementals, I'd love to hear those as well.
Have you ever felt a whisper from your ancestors? A subtle pull towards a destiny yet unknown? The Dagara believe that our lives are deeply intertwined with the wisdom and legacies of those who came before us. In the sacred Dagara tradition, Cowry Shell divination is more than just fortune telling. It's a profound dialogue with the ancestral realm. It's an opportunity to unlock your unique ancestral blueprint, revealing gifts, challenges, and your inherent purpose. As a certified Cowry Shell diviner, initiated into this powerful tradition by Elder Malidoma Patrice Somé himself, I offer you a sacred space to connect with this ancient intelligence. Through the symbolic language of the Cowries, we can explore ancestral patterns, release inherited burdens, and embrace the powerful support of your lineage. Discover what your ancestors are trying to tell you and how their wisdom can empower your present and future. Are you ready to claim your ancestral inheritance and align with your true calling? Learn more and schedule your Cowry Shell divination at tonyad.tv/sessions. Uncover the wisdom that flows within you.
Welcome back. I feel like I'm sitting sideways. Okay, let's go over here. So I don't know if you're new here, but over the past several weeks, something magical, beautiful has been emerging. I began noticing that every moon, every chart, and every Cowry Shell reading keeps pointing towards the same thing. Our lives are leaving patterns, and when we begin recognizing those patterns, they lead us directly towards purpose. And that's exactly what I've been building behind the scenes. It's called Patterns to Purpose. It's going to be a monthly remembrance circle because I don't believe we're here to become someone new. I believe we're here to remember who we've always been. So I'll be sharing a lot more soon, and I cannot wait to walk this journey with you. And if you'd like a personal message from Spirit, I'll be offering the Cowry Shell Divinations at this moment, or you can have them privately. So tune in there, and we'll see if anybody wants the shells moved on their behalf as we tune in. I can see somebody's there. Sometimes you get quiet, sometimes you get shy, sometimes my screen freezes. It's all the lovely things. It does look like it's moving. Oh, no, it is. Okay, great. Well, I'm frozen somewhere in space time. And if you're new here, all you got to do is comment the year you're born and your month. And I tune into the elementals. I move the shells on your behalf. And I read them. I do offer prescription rituals. I use the elementals in my private sessions mostly. Your personal elementals to prescribe a ritual based on your own elemental foundation. I find that's very, it's very magical. Yeah, very magical, I want to say. So if you're open to a divination, go ahead and comment your year and month of birth. And we'll hang out here and see if anyone's interested. If not, no worries. I'll shuffle the Fae while we wait and see. And yeah, tune in. Tune in to your own magical self. And if you're new here, I do go live on Fridays. Lately, not at the same time, just been kind of random. And in human design, I'm a reflector, so I kind of have to feel into the energy of the moment. And sometimes later feels better. And sometimes I think earlier is going to be feeling better. So there is that. So yeah, if you want me to move the shells, all you got to do is comment the year and month you're born, and I'll move the shells on your behalf. But for now, we'll see what the Fae have to say. Everybody needs a fairy card. Lies of the shadows. This is like expecting the unexpected inside and outside of you. And when you see that unexpected energy and you feel it, then like you got to decide, like, what path do I want to take? So don't be afraid of what lies in the shadows, basically. I like that. All right, we'll wait a few more minutes and see if anybody wants the cards or the shells. Oh, the singer of intuition. So we go from committing to the unexpected. Shay. Thank you. My ancestors, blessings. To paying attention to our intuition, our spirit space. So I'll take that. Expect the unexpected. Listening to your telepathic conversations. Of course, spirit. Telepathy is a form of spiritual medicine. And the mighty oak. Oh my God, we are wiser than we realize. Again, okay, you cannot make this up. So here we got 44 and we have 7. And what is this? Card number 47. So this is taking both those energies, merging them together in spirit space. And when you merge the two, it's about loving yourself so you can shine light and share love out to others. Like a wise oak tree. He's the mighty oak, basically. The oak men. I love that. I think I'm going to keep those. All right. Well, since we don't have anybody who wants a mini divination, all I can say is, until next time, keep watching your patterns, trust your timing, protect your flame, and remember, go ahead and listen to my Cancer Moon meditation, Sacred Spirit Circle, and the new moon on YouTube. But just know your purpose has been leaving clues all along. And if people can throw shade and dim your light for no reason, then I can radiate your brilliance for absolutely no reason. My name is Tonya D, changing lives, igniting passion on the information highway while awakening the spirit. Ashe and blessings. I'll see you on the other side. The ritual is, of course, in the coven. If you're new here, my online coven and other juicy things. Again, blessings and Ashe. The ancestors were definitely here today.